Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're waiting for change to come, you got a problem on your hand. Job had a lot of problems because usually who will show up is 3 people that will look at you for 7 days, not say a word, and finally when they open up their mouth, they say, what you did wrong? And he's thinking, I don't know what I did wrong. I don't think I did anything wrong. I don't know. See, he's waiting for change. Write this down. Don't wait for change to change you. You'll be behind the curve instead of ahead of it. I never wait for change to change me, because if you do, you're always behind instead of ahead. See, change, the only thing that never changes. So I realize something, ladies and gentlemen, that we must be constantly, even though you're all anointed of God, you got to be constantly aware that God never changes, but people do. And times change. So you have to learn to flow. One of the saddest situations I get myself into when I preach all over the world. I'll go preach at a church, and this is what they'll say to me. You seen this church? This was the biggest church in this area 30 years ago, 20 years ago. It was powerful. It was the going church. And now it doesn't have that much. Then I realized something. The reason why the church went down instead of growing constantly is because they didn't go with change. The thing that never changes. You see, when you get, what is a rut but a grave with both ends kicked out? So I've learned something. Don't forget, if you have children, teenagers, don't forget what it was to be 15, because you were crazy too. You see what I'm saying? See, so change, the thing that never changes, don't wait for change to change you. You'll be behind the curve instead of ahead of it. And Job was behind the curve instead of ahead of it. Don't wait for change to change you. You'll be behind the curve instead of ahead of it. If you wait for change to change you, it shows that you're insecure and you're afraid of yourself. I'm not waiting for change to change me. I will work with change. Then I realized, my God, I have some abilities I did not know I had.
This media is copyrighted by Jesse Duplantis Ministries for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this media or of any pictures or accounts without Jesse Duplantis Ministries' consent is strictly prohibited.